this is Trent, and this time I'm filming a review for the movie The Nun, which mentioned in the last video, which was the best and worst of 2024. And yeah, that's technically why I'm wearing this makeup. Like, you can either see it as like goth makeup because of it being like the pale face paint, or you could possibly see it like inspired by the non-Valak. So yeah, and yeah, from what I was saying from the other video is that the Nun ended up being the worst or like our least favorite movie that we watched last year, which would be ironic for us to be wearing makeup inspired by the movie because, yeah, I think, well, if it's our least favorite, then why? Like, we want to start dressing up for the movies that we review, so start dressing up for the movies that we review, so, like, I'm trying to look for whatever characters and stuff, like, yeah, being like, oh, like, try to do, like, look as the Nun for this review, or try to look like Annabelle a little bit with makeup whenever we review Annabelle, those movies, or like possibly look like Samara from The Ring whenever we review The Ring, stuff like that. So yeah, so like we want to try to like, yeah, dress up, or at least like do like the makeup possibly, which might be good if we're like motivated enough to do the makeup. But yeah, so yeah, our last horror movie review was of Jennifer's Body, and yeah, we're trying to do this like pattern of like review video and then like non-review video. Not sure if people like that, but like, we do have a lot more ideas for like non-review videos, like possibly makeup tutorials and like lookbooks, along with more like AMVs, like Power Rangers music videos, like all that stuff. Even talking about like Power Rangers in general, possibly even like a Super Sentai Spirits reaction video. So yeah, like maybe try to do like some reaction videos to like and that kind of stuff. Yeah, like we do want to try to do more than just review videos, but like also because of like how much really horror movies we've been watching, we're just like, yeah, let's make review videos now. Yeah, so like hopefully y'all actually like the reviews, and yeah, and hopefully y'all be fine with us like going back and forth between like review videos and non-reviews. And yeah, so actually like start with the review finally. Like, so yeah, so we will be reviewing the movie The Nun from 2018, and we actually first watched it on Netflix because it was available on Netflix, I think, last year. But now they've taken it off, so the only free place you can watch it is Tubi. But we also watched it today, like on this DVD collection. Well, if you can see it. Yeah. Like 7 film Conjuring movie collection thing. Yeah. We got it from Walmart. And we also got a like 5 film Final Destination collection at Walmart as well. We'll get to those in a bit. And yeah, we also know that's technically now 6 movies in the Final Destination franchise, and there's also, I think, about to be 9 or technically 10 Conjuring universe movies because of the second Nun movie, and then the newest Conjuring movie that's coming out sometime this year called The Last Rites, and then if you want to count The Curse of La Llorona, because of like the Father Perez thing that happened in the movie, and he's in Annabelle. Yeah, technically that would be like 10 movies, about to be 10 movies in the Conjuring universe, but anyway. But this is just a collection of 7 movies, which is actually The Conjuring, Annabelle, Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, The Nun, Annabelle Comes Home, and The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. So yeah, so those will be the main ones we'll be reviewing, along with The Curse of La Llorona. But yeah, because we just want to review that one. Cause we do actually like the movie. But anyway, but yeah, but this time would be The Nun, and we want to start with that one because yeah, so figure that out a little bit. We wanted to start with The Nun because we were trying to go in chronological order, and actually when we got the DVD, yeah, Emily was just like, yeah, no, we're not watching The Nun again because we didn't like it. And like I was saying in the first video of best and worst of 2024, yeah, both cousin and I were falling asleep to that movie when we first watched it. So yeah, that was bad. And just also with it being the talking was so quiet, and then jump scares were extremely loud. We're yeah, no, don't like how this is going either. So yeah, so that's how it became the least favorite horror movie from last year. But yeah, but so we at least I am rewatching it today. On a DVD. Yeah, and still not that good of a movie. And so basically, it's about this priest and a soon-to-be nun going to a chapel to investigate a recent suicide that a nun committed, to see what's really going on there. And yeah, obviously the culprit behind that whole suicide was the demonic nun named Valak that's actually in the Conjuring movies. And yeah, spoiler, the reason, well, technically it's from the beginning of the movie, technically the reason why the one nun actually killed herself was to try to prevent Valak from possessing her. And she was actually the last nun in the abbey, in the chapel castle thing. Yeah, possibly spoiler there, but yeah. So technically they got to the castle a bit late. But anyway, the movie's running time was 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 29 seconds. Good boy. It almost made it to 2 hours. I'm glad it wasn't 2 hours, because I would have probably definitely been asleep if it was 2 hours. Oh my god. Whew. Yeah. And yeah, basically how we doing the reviews is we like to say plot, favorite character, least favorite character, music, runtime. But if it's anime, we usually do episodes. If it's not anime movie, if it's a show, episodes. And then then we just do random details. Yeah, so the music, yeah, first time watching is we could not hear the music at all. Yeah, we could not hear the music at all because, again, the freaking talking is so quiet, and then the jump scare will happen, it's extremely loud, so it's okay, yeah, we're just gonna have subtitles on both times watching it, and yeah, might not be able to hear the music. But today, when me and whoever in my system was watching it with me, yeah, we were actually able to hear the music at one point, and it sounded good, but yeah, for the most part, it didn't sound like it really had music. And again, we possibly couldn't hear it because of having to have TV low, because no more jump scare happens, it's gonna be extremely loud. So yeah. Anyway, and so that's fun. And we actually do horror movie like soundtracks and stuff. It's also like fun to like hear songs that we actually know, or possibly heard before. Basically, like in a horror movie, like what happened with like Jennifer's body and stuff. But and some of the other Conjuring movies. But like that one's just like like instrumental song and like instrumental songs, and we might not be able to hear them at all. So it's like, yeah, not good. Anyway, yeah, and then let's talk about like, especially we didn't have like least favorite character. I don't know. It might just be more of like we didn't really care. Yeah, like we don't really care to say least favorite character because I don't know. Not the best movie, at least not to like me, my system, even my cousin. So yeah, so just like not even gonna bother saying least favorite character because like, but favorite character at least could be Irene because like, at least she's the main character and like at least she seemed like she was smart and even like a bit tough like before becoming a nun. Yeah. And yeah, at least she was able to save the priest when he got buried alive. And at least Irene was able to save the priest when he got buried alive. And yeah, at least she was actually able to like kind of fight off Valak. And yeah, like, and it's also cool that she has visions too. So yeah, like she's like able to have like a bit of like visions to, I think it was like to see, like Valak before, like fully seeing her in person, and then also like I think has some visions of like seeing all of the nuns that were in the chapel before. Because technically, like, anytime they saw the nuns, like, yeah, spoiler, they were already dead. And so, yeah, and, like, I guess it's fine to, like, spoil the movie because it's been out since 2018. But, yeah, so, like, technically she was seeing either ghosts or, like, visions and stuff, and even, I think, saw, like, a vision at one point of, like, how the one killed herself, so, yeah. So, yeah, like, it's cool, yeah. Like, yeah, at least can be a favorite character, but it's still not that good of a movie. Well, I can get into random details. Woo. Yeah, like watching it after watching the other Conjuring Universe movies, we were able to see that the beginning scenes were actually from the second Conjuring movie, where Ed was actually like painting or drawing out the nun, and like the daughter, or like Ed and Lorraine's daughter, was like, who's that down the hall? And it's like, oh, that's the nun. She's real. She's here. And yeah, like, yeah, so that was actually fun. To see, like, oh, like, we already know those scenes were from the second Conjuring movie, and they put them at the beginning of this movie. It's like, okay, that's cool, yeah. Like, it's also set in the 50s, so that's how it's actually at the beginning of the Conjuring universe, like, chronological order, because it's set in the 50s, like, earlier than the other movies. And most of these notes we actually wrote when we were first watching it. And, like, I'm not actually sure if it, like, we actually do like the woods and stuff, and, like, some, like, cinematography for, like, woods or, like, forest is actually pretty, and, like, I think that's what we were saying. I'm not sure if it's either from us being tired or just being, like, yeah, like, just actually being awake and liking it. But we're just like, yeah, the scene with they're in a carriage going through the woods was pretty. This just says in the notes. But I mean, like, yeah, we do actually like, yeah, we do actually like cinematography that's like showing the woods and stuff, and it was actually pretty. See, And also during that scene, they show how the horse didn't want to get too close to the castle, which is good because, yeah, animals can sense evil and danger and like bad people. So it was nice that they added that in there. So like, oh yeah, the horse knows that something bad's going on here, so it's not getting anywhere near that thing. So yeah, that was good. Let's see. Like trying to see if we can go in like order of the movie, but I guess not. And like I think like Frenchie, who is the guy who actually found the nun hanging from like the castle window, yeah, like I think he was trying to be the comic relief character because like when he was being chased in the graveyard, he like at one point when he was like finally away from like whatever like demon was trying to chase him, like he like just found a random cross and was like, I'm taking this and stuff, and like, that's smart. Like, that's smart. And like, okay, and like I said, I think he's trying to be a comic relief character, since it was that along with like, I think it was when the priest showed, like the necklace that has like a bottle of Jesus' blood in it. And Frenchie said, "Holy shit!" And then the priest said, "The holiest." So like, okay, don't remember that from from watching it the first time. Okay, so don't remember Frenchie being like, or trying to be a comic relief character, but like again, first time watching it, we were like falling asleep, so that makes sense. And of course, don't remember much from the first time watching it anyway. But yeah, so that happened. And then also that's like the other thing too of like the whole like I guess like bottle or like ball that has Jesus' blood in it. Like, yeah, first watching it, we did not notice that like when Irene was in the water, she actually got like she ended up like breaking the ball and put the blood in her mouth, and that's how she was able to spit it onto the nun when she was out of the water, which was supposed to actually like hurt the nun. But yeah, like didn't notice that when we first watched it, but I think when watching Possessed by Horror's review of the movie and then rewatch it, we're like, oh, now we actually see it. I don't know, like again, falling asleep the first time watching, it was like, yeah, now we see it. Some other things like the villagers cover up mirrors after people die. So the was it like so like the ghosts won't come back and be trapped in the human world, or like they won't come back as ghosts. And like I think that is actually part of like some countries like probably actually Romania is like what is it, like superstition, folklore stuff. So like that's cool that they added that. And yeah, like what I was mentioning with the priest being buried alive, actually by I think one of the demons. Like yeah, Irene was actually able to find him because of him ringing the bell, because they actually have bells like on the headstones in the graveyard just in case the people were mistakenly buried alive. And like, oh yeah, that guy got buried alive by demons. So of course he ended up ringing the bell. But also during that scene, I think like the demon or ghost were like trying to ring all the bells to like mess with Irene. And then at some point, I guess because of her little powers, she was able to figure out which one was actually the priest, and was able to get him out. So that's good. Oh yeah, I also wrote that the demon, like the demonic nun, ended up carving a pentagram on, I think Eileen's left shoulder blade. at one point, but she was still able to become a nun before having the like final battle against Valak. Woohoo! So yeah, and then also I think it was when like Valak was like joking Frenchie. That was when she ended up putting like an inverted cross on his neck, which basically possessed him. So like, yes, I guess technically that's how that's technically how like the nun got into the other Conjuring movies. I guess is because of like her technically being, I guess like out of that like chapel castle place because like oh like yeah the nun got into Frenchie and like he left the place, and then they actually did show at the end of the movie that Ed and Lorraine Warren were doing an exorcism on him because he was possessed by Valak, and like okay, like that's also a good connection to the other movies. So yeah, um, but I don't know, like yeah. Yeah, I kind of also forgot how like that really happened. Like I think that's when like yeah, the demon was choking him. Like yeah, that's I think when he got the inverted cross on his neck. Oh yeah, and then like also have them randomly speaking in French movie. Like okay, and they also did have some things in Latin, which I actually got because yeah, it's like that's a lot of the like Catholic exorcism like rituals. It's like usually in Latin, so that's kind of like a normal thing. I'm just like, why French? Unless it's because like Romania has a lot of like French speakers, and I guess that makes sense. But like, just like randomly say some things in French. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about like the whole like graveyard scene. Yeah, the one jump scare. I don't remember if it got us the first time when we watched it, but yeah, the second time we watched it, like yeah, this morning, yeah, it did. That was actually I think the only jump scare that scared us this time. Well, don't remember if there was any jump scare that scared us the first time we watched it, but yeah, this time watching it, there was the one jump scare of the nun or like whoever ended up like hanging just like kind of like fell from like a tree and then actually got up to attack the priest, and like yeah like a reaction was like that weird like kick kind of thing, like oh my god, like yeah. Like that was the kind of jump scare we didn't have like if we like laid down, so mainly like freaking leg be like had a leg kick type of jump scare. Some type of reaction to jump scare, there we go. Yeah, that was like the only jump scare that got us, but yeah, there was actually a lot of jump scares, and actually looking up on Google, that's actually why a lot of people don't like it. Is because of how many jump scares there are, but also like James Wan put the jump scares in there because of how people were getting bored. It's like, okay, more jump scares, and it's like, yeah, no, this movie is not that good. Like, sorry. Okay, yeah. Other teammates are like, we don't remember the priest being haunted by Daniel's ghost, which is actually the like kid that he did the exorcism on, but then the kid actually ended up dying during the exorcism. So yeah, or like after the exorcism, like yeah, don't remember him being haunted by that kid's ghost again, unless it's because of us possibly like being half asleep the first time watching it, but okay. But like yeah, second time watching it, like oh, he was actually being haunted by the ghost or ghost because of I think Valak was missing things. So yeah. But then we also don't remember Sister Oana dying. That's how you pronounce the name, Oana. Oana. Anyway, but it's like technically again like the spoiler is like she didn't end up dying, she was already dead. Like technically all of the nuns in that like chapel or like castle were already dead. So yeah. So like, yeah, that's a little confusing as well. And then I think the last thing I'm gonna add is, yeah, a thing that I kind of thought was funny. Because, like, I was like, oh yeah, I don't think this movie involves, like, witchcraft or, like, oh, like, a witch being evil and stuff. And then it's like, well, shit. Because it seems like the story behind the whole castle was, like, this evil witch decided that he was going to, like, summon these demons to, like, do whatever. And, like, run the castle and stuff, and then the church came in and, like, sealed away the demons with the blood of Jesus Christ, and, yeah, and after, like, an earthquake, basically, because of a war, yeah, like, the, like, seal was broken, and that's how Valak came out and stuff, and, like, why? Just why? Like, and, like, I'm not sure how much of, like, all of the Conjuring universe is actually based on, like, true stories, but, like, why? It's like, why do people, like, have to make it, usually in horror movies, seem like, you know, like, witchcraft is, like, so evil, and, like, the Christians are ones to, like, come in and save the day from the supposed demonic witches, like, like, unless just because of that, like, whole thing from, like, the witch trials and stuff, where, like, people thought that witches were, like, making deals with the devil and shit, but, like, I'm like, oh my god, like, most of the Conjuring movies do that shit. I'd be like, oh, it's a witch's fault and stuff. It's like, really? Like, there's a lot of witches who ain't even Christian. They're, like, a part of another religion, and they're not even satanic either. Like, why? And, like, yeah, like, me along with, I think, some other authors in the system are, like, pagans, like, witches and stuff. That's how you get annoyed. And that's how we get annoyed at some of these freaking horror movies being like, ooh, like, witchcraft is evil, and, like, yeah, like, that's how the demons came to the world because of the witches, and, like, really? Like, really? Like, a lot of witches don't even believe in demons. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe people leave a comment about, like, if they would want us to make a whole video about the misrepresentation of paganism and witchcraft in horror movies, maybe. Yeah. I was like, yeah, we were actually reading an article about that, and, like, we could probably make a whole video about that if anybody's interested. Yay. But yeah, that's, like, the other thing. I was like, seriously, like, I thought this movie didn't involve, like, witchcraft being demonic, and then, like, never mind. It does. Great. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that's all for the review. Like, finally got, like, another horror movie review done. Woo. Is it basically reviewing, like, the worst, reviewing the worst Conjuring movie first. Because it's first in the timeline, so yeah. Oh, boy. Like, yeah, we can go without watching it. Like I said, like, we think it would have been better if, like, the nun just stayed as this, like, creepy, demonic nun in the Conjuring movies. Like, we didn't have to do a whole separate prequel movie. Like, it's, like, one of those entities that is better off being, like, unknown mystery. That would make them more creepy. So, yeah. But yeah, not sure what the next video will be. Like, I think next review might end up being anime creation if we want to keep going on with the Conjuring universe. Yay. But not sure what, like, non-review will be next. So yeah, be something. But yeah, like also not sure what our actual like uploading schedule will be, because like our freaking work schedule now is all wacky, and like cousin also wants to spend a lot of time with her now, so because we still live with our cousin, so yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure what our upload schedule will be, so I guess it's whenever we find time to upload. Yay! That's all for the review. Hope y'all liked it. And so yeah, y'all could watch last review, which was of Jennifer's Body. And also y'all can watch the last video that we made, which is best and worst of 2024. And yeah. And it's, yeah, like, don't know what the next video will be, but yeah, hopefully y'all want to keep watching our videos. Woo! Yeah, thanks for watching, peace creatures. Yeah.